Hi, welcome to my pitch. Today I'm going to be pitching a webtoon app, but instead it's actually meant to serve and host fan comics. So the main focus of our app is to allow comic and art sharing to be more accessible for artists and consumers, to give young artists the opportunity to share their work for their favorite fandoms, and to bring the online art community closer together and inspire creativity. Our target audience is going to be between the ages of 13 to 30, and mainly we want to get artists, writers, and watchers, anyone who creates or engages in fandom, onto our site. So the main features of our app is basically a filtering system that's super similar to AO3. If you're not familiar with that website, that's totally fine. I will be happy to explain it, and I will. But basically, yeah, it's just a filtering system that has different options and categories for you to choose from that can help you find a specific fan comic, in this case, that you would like to read. Furthermore, we would have a system of sharing your favorite works on saved lists, so any followers would be able to view it. Those followers would be able to view it on your profile, which again we will get into later. Comments and likes would be enabled for each published work, and this could be turned off at any time, of course. And posting on your own wall would also be enabled. Again, this is part of the profile feature. And instant messaging would also be an option, so you may collaborate with other artists on the site and talk to your favorite comic writers. Yeah, this is one of the most important part of our app is we just want to make sure that everyone's engaging and that the community is really well connected. So here we have the profile page. Listed at the top is the main hotbar. That's always going to be on the site. It'll never go away. It's pretty self-explanatory up there. Below that, obviously, is the bio. Your profile, your username, how many followers you got, how many people you're following, and then links to Twitter and Instagram, of course. And then off to the right under that, you can see that there's actually a list of programs. If you want to list your programs that you use for your art for your followers to be able to see, that's available for you to do as well. Under that is the forum. Here is a recently posted thing, and you can see the likes, the comments, the reshares, and the tags, and all of that. The stuff on the left, specifically below the profile picture, are the filtering tags related to like the categories that we'll get into later. So comics is where your comics will be uploaded to and where your followers can find. Again, we really want to connect everybody on our site. So we have the option to have lists, and like I explained earlier, it's basically a tab where you can list a bunch of your favorite comics from your friends to just people that you really admire for your followers to be able to check out, and everybody can stay connected. The next here is the filter page. So it says search Star Wars, and as you can see, it's a Star Wars post. But the main point is the filtering on the right. So you can see that we have the options to choose rating, relationships between different characters, the ability to exclude or include certain tags, language, because we want to be super open. We're totally happy to host any languages outside English, obviously. Aesthetic. So this is a really special feature. Um, Basically, it's just the option to choose whether or not your work is monochrome or colored, just to like give people some variety. Maybe they want to only read a colored comic. So yeah. Sort by, so either likes, comments, or reshares, or how many views it has, or how long it is. You have the ability to do that as well. And obviously the option to only filter completed or incompleted works. So what's really important to us is the ability to be able to use our app both on mobile and PC devices. We want you to be able to upload smoothly from Procreate or Clip Studio or whatever software that you're using to create your work. Additionally, if you are just learning to create, we would have simple tools integrated into the apps that you can use to create your webcomics, so it can double as both an art sharing site and a functioning program. Basically, it would probably be similar to IBS Paint, if anyone is familiar with that, like super simple, very, very limited tools. um, if you're a professional artist, obviously you probably wouldn't want to use our program, but it would still be available for anybody who's younger, who just wants to check it out or try something new or just get into making comics. The benefits of having our app would be allowing artists to effectively share their fan work. There has been a decline on most social media platforms where their algorithms fail to boost or feature art as opposed to videos. So, for example, Instagram is trying to be like TikTok by including reels, and reels are usually boosted more in the algorithm than photos are. And that's just how Instagram is. And you know how Twitter bought Vine and videos became a really big thing, and ever since then it's like been really, really difficult to get art featured and boosted in the algorithm on those social media sites. So we hope to break that gap between artists and their audiences in order to make their work more easily discoverable. That's really important to us, is to have that engagement with our artists and to not have them feel like discouraged. It also allows the audiences easier access to finding fan comics, since the site is specifically run to feature that and nothing else. Why funding is necessary is basically server space. We need funding to be able to run the application smoothly and to host slash archive thousands of images. Unfortunately, fan hosting sites tread super lightly on legalities, specifically copyright law. It's just it's really iffy because technically, if you do make a fan comic, it is your work, but you're using copyrighted characters. So it's just really blurry lines. So we would need a legal team as well in order to defend hosting the site at all. Because the site treads lightly, we won't be able to make any money off the user base itself, so we can't run any ads or have any in app purchases, and users aren't actually allowed to make commission. It's all freelance. However, donations would be accepted annually from the user base to allow the app to keep running, so similar to Wikipedia and AO3 as well. We believe our app is necessary for a large community of creatives and bridges the gaps between audiences and creators and fandom. It would be incredibly beneficial for artists to be discovered and gain wider audiences for their career in the future. And by eliminating the obstacles social media provides, audiences are more likely to engage and enjoy fan comics on our site. It's been proven that this kind of app does work and is a viable project to fund. Community work with no pay is not impossible. People have hobbies, do things for fun all of the time. Allowing that to be easier for them is just a perk and is a worthy cause. Sites like Webtoon, they upload for free. Like, a very few of those comics on there are making any money, as well as AO3. They host like hundreds of thousands new fan fictions every day. So it's not completely a lost cause to consider um, helping get our project off the ground. So thank you so much for listening to my pitch. I really appreciate it.